on Twitter and like us on Facebook for information on breaking news, station events, big guests, and opportunities to win prizes. Don't miss out on anything that's going on. Stay in touch with Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter today. Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. It's Johnny Radio's Happy Hour.
If you like pina colada.
On Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Check it out right here.
Ladies and gentlemen. And now,
a man that eats meat so rare, he only eats unicorns. Johnny Hardin.
Light me up like a Christmas tree. Welcome in as everybody's going to be celebrating tonight. Yeah, those young millionaires like Kyler Murray and Nick Bosa, maybe Josh Allen and all these guys who are going to be making it rich. Because in Nash Vegas, the NFL draft is going down, and it's going down for real. And I'm so fascinated in looking at all the mock drafts. And we're about to get into a little Hardinwood. My friend, who is so funny, John Luke, he's heading up to Nashville. He's flying up to Nashville to cover the draft. He'll probably join us tomorrow. He wasn't able to get in touch with us, obviously, during that segment, but it worked out great. We went Kyler Murray 1, Nick Bosa 2, Josh Allen 3, Quinn Williams 4, Devon White 5, Mr. Haskins, TJ 7, the tight end from Iowa, Ed, that's right. You know him as Oliver from Houston, is 8. We had, what was it? Number 9 was who? Who did you have? I forgot.
I had Ed Oliver at 9, but
Oliver.
I had Rashawn Gary at 8.
Yeah, whatever. Rashawn Gary was 8. Ed Oliver was 9, and then Devin Bush was 10. That's what we had. That's how it was. That's right. I had to switch Gary and him. Thank you, sir. But, man, that's how we had it going down. But we don't think it's really going to go down like that because there's going to be trades. There's going to be moves. There's going to be a lot of fun. We kind of just talked about how awesome this was, and I wanted to get a little bit of an eye on, yes, quarterback is the most, important position. It's where everybody does all the reaching. But the safest pick is on the defensive side of the ball this year. They have, guys that look like they could be Khalil Max, Reggie Whites. They got guys that look like they could be Derek Brooks. They got guys that they could be like Mike Singletary, man. They got guys that could be Ndamukong Suhs and Aaron Donalds. They have a cornerback in Greedy Williams who keeps slipping because they say he's too small. Dude, I watch this guy. He will hit you in the mouth. He is fast. He is quick. He will stay with you, and he's got great hands and instincts. I think there is so many defensive players and so many good tight ends and just athletes. It's not even funny. Like Montez Sweat and, Mississippi State's Jeffrey Simmons. They got these guys falling lower, which was a trip to me. But if I look at offensive tackle and I look at the big old guy, Cody Ford over at Oklahoma, if I look at, the young man that played, I told y'all, down at Florida, everybody is talking about him, Jawan Taylor, as being the most NFL ready, can't miss, prospect. Man, I've heard about, some tackles that are, that they don't turn you on. You're not going to just love their
That's
tape.
the issue with this year.
That's what I'm
if
saying.
That's the most NFL ready tackle we have.
That scares me.
Then you shouldn't take a tackle in the top 20.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. I don't think that I'm just sorry. I don't think that my man Jonah, as much as I love Jonah Williams and I love Alabama offensive linemen, I don't believe that a guy that's 302 pounds can play left tackle in the National Football League.
I think he could kick inside and be an all-pro. Because
He
I
could
think
be.
he
No,
is
he could. I think
completely.
he could be kicked
I
inside
think
of
he's
being
the
a
most-
pulling guard.
He's the most NFL ready prospect out of all of them.
Maybe, yeah, playing at
but
Alabama.
I just don't think he's like he has a lot to build on. I think he's sort of at his potential, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes tons of sense. And yeah, I understand that. But you know what? It is time to have a little bit of fun because we like to have fun. And today, instead of Hardinwood being at 2:30, believe it or not, we're about to jump into some Hardinwood right this second. Give me some Hardinwood.
This is Access Hardinwood.
Oh, buddy, dude. My first story I'm starting with before I get over to Crazy Man over here and like people exposing themselves. I got to ask you, dude, Antonio Brown really can't stay out of the news? Like AB
Of course
really,
not. He wants to be in it.
like now he's gonna fight somebody because he don't like what they said about him on television. Like, are you joking? Is this the real world that I'm living in? Like, I mean, did I see this? Do you even know what I'm even talking about? By the way, I'm just curious.
No.
Oh wow!
I'm looking forward to hearing a good story. Right
All right, so Antonio, you know Ryan Clark, right?
Is it a Twitter beef or is it like a
Dude, no.
a real fight? I know
Like,
Ryan
no,
Clark.
Ryan Clark.
Analyst for
He
ESPN.
works for ESPN, and he used to play football with the Steelers. Ryan Clark has tried to get into like the general manager's position. I think he's interviewed for a few jobs there. I think eventually Ryan Clark will probably move into either a scout role or eventually a GM role one day. But he loves, he's a sports junkie. Very, very good at his job, I think. But man, he came out there and said some things that I guess Antonio Brown didn't like. And listen to what Antonio Brown said. Bro, stop mentioning my name. I know it get you clout. Keep that same analyst energy next time we meet. It's on site. Ain't gonna spare you. It's going down. He says he's gonna kick his you-know-what. He also called him, listen to this, Uncle Tom. Bro, you don't call, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, what is wrong with AB right now? Dude is doing his job. He didn't like, I don't even know. Like, I just can't even believe that you would go after an analyst,
right? Because it's
on
like he's
television.
doing his
He's
job.
doing his
bro.
job, and he didn't even say anything all that bad, by the way. He gave his opinion, and basically, his opinion was basically that, Antonio Brown, it had to do with the beef of, he said that Antonio Brown, he knew that he was going to turn into this because when he was playing with the Steelers, he made a statement that once this young man gets his money, it's going to be on because this young man
And AB proves his point right after that.
loves
coming
to
after
flaunt it. AB, who took a helicopter to the first day of practice? Antonio Brown. Who is FaceTiming his coach when he's telling you to stay off social media? Antonio Brown. Who's saying Ben Roethlisberger, who threw you all those passes, is a racist? Who is coming out outlandish and saying nonsensical things like, hey, I showed you young fellas how you make money in the future? No, you didn't, because this is a zero-sum game. If you want to make more money, get in the collective bargaining agreement and get a bigger percentage of the pie, because y'all have a thing called a salary cap. And if you take more money, that means the rest of your teammates get less money. It don't work any other way. Each team gets to spend the same damn amount of money. And guess what? If the teams don't, they get fined. So guess what? All the teams spend their money and they're all making money. AB, you are full of S. And I hope that Ryan Clark, because he looks like he stays in shape, I hope you run into Ryan Clark, because I think Ryan Clark is going to kick your teeth in.
I was about to say that. I think I don't know who would win that, but
I'm going to tell you right now.
I'd give Ryan Clark the slight advantage.
I'll take.
Defensive players are crazy.
By the way, I was getting ready to say defensive players are crazy, and Ryan Clark is a very smart person. I want you to right now Google Google Antonio Brown's size. It'll kind of freak you out how, like, this is also why Antonio Brown, like, at his size, he's able to do what? Like, you got to be kidding me. How big is he now?
5'10", 186. Ryan Clark, 5'11", 205.
That's what I'm saying. About the same size, but Clark much thicker, actually, than AB. And I'll tell you one thing, again, Ryan Clark played defense and is a mean, tough dude. I wouldn't be just messing with Ryan Clark. And by the way, again, going out there and threatening a person on television. Like, I'm sorry. That is, like, I didn't know you can threaten people. Like that is so classless. I feel like I want to vomit. Like, he makes me so mad, but I'll go ahead.
The thing is, Ryan Clark saying that and then AB reacting just proves Ryan Clark's point even more. So
exactly.
AB just needs to go hide under a rock somewhere until the season because he's not helping his cause.
He said exactly. You're exactly right. You are exactly right. I can't wait to hear this.
You know who else I wouldn't mess with though is Mets fans.
Please explain this to me.
20-year-old Richard Petrilo, okay? He asked a father who had two of his kids with him, a 12-year-old and a 10-year-old. He asked the father to use his phone. The father said, no, you cannot use my phone. And he's with his wife as well, the dad who was supposed to lend out the phone.
Yeah.
And the 20-year-old says, I will F up your entire family, and then proceeded to drop his pants, exposing his you-know-what.
And this is
a real story.
At a game.
Yeah, at a game, because he didn't allow him to use his phone.
Wow.
And he's charged with acting in a manner injurious to a child and public lewdness.
Amen. Yeah, he needs to be.
What is wrong with it? What?
I don't know what's wrong with people, bro. I really don't. I really don't.
I'm just being real. Like, if I asked you to use your phone and you said no and I dropped my pants right now, that's just a very weird progression of events at that point. Like, I can't see. The guy must have been absolutely drunk out of his mind.
I think he was drunk out of his mind, but you know what?
But he's a 20-year-old too.
He's a 20-year-old and all this stuff. But you want to know something that's cool? So, do you want to know what rich people live like? I want you to go see what Jason Giambi's doing. So Jason Giambi has been a bachelor, and Jason Giambi, I would like to remind you, made $133 million during his playing career.
56.
So Jason Giambi, who was by the way, a 5-time All-Star and also won the American League MVP back in 2000, he lived a pretty raucous lifestyle.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios.
He had a bachelor pad.
I just looked this up. This is cool.
This thing is 12,079 square feet. It's in Cabo. It's a Mexican villa. He bought it for, $10 million. He's selling it for 11 back in the day. And he's getting rid of it, and he said that he had, a great time. And it was the ultimate vacation and bachelor pad. He said when you wanted to pound a Corona and you wanted to do it right, that was the place to do it. Nothing like pounding a Corona from your private pad in Cabo. I can't imagine what it was like for him living down there, being a bachelor. You know what I'm saying? But now he says he's moving on because now our man Jason Giambi is getting a little bit older. And he says, it's time to, there's a new chapter in my life. And he's 48 years old. And he's putting it up for auction. It's going on auction on May 21st. So if you're rich and you want to, it's going to the highest bidder. And it's starting at $10.7 million where the bidding will start. It's Jason Giambi's. It's got an infinity pool. It's got a name. It's called Casa Cielo. The crib is basically sick. It has 9 bedrooms, 12 bathrooms, an infinity pool, a hot tub, an insane ocean view, a home gym, a game room, 2 bars, a tiki hut, and it also has a parking garage.
You know what Casa
Enough
Cielo
space
means, right?
for 13 cars. No, I don't know what it
The
mean.
Sky House.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
There you
it's
go.
way up right there overlooking the ocean.
Yeah, or House Sky.
Oh,
whatever
it's
you wanna
so dope. And I just like if you ever wondered what a rich baseball player bachelor life was like, just go look at the pictures that Jason Giambi has posted of his bachelor pad in Cabo. I mean, bro, could you imagine this life? Like, I mean, I can't imagine it. I'm sorry. I look at that.
Is that a vacation home though too? That's
That
gotta
was-
be, right?
That was his vacation home.
Yeah.
But he said, again, of course, he spent most of his off seasons. And of course, then when he retired, he said that's where he spent most of his time. But he's going to a new stage in his career. You know, when you're 48 years old and you're picking up 25-year-old hot chicks at Cabo, and it's probably not the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think he's trying to grow up and mature. Maybe he's going to go get a bachelor pad and
he's
more
pushing.
elegant, rich spot. Instead
he's
of picking
gotta be
on
pushing.
25-year-old girls, he's going to hit on like women his own age.
What do you think? He's about 45.
No, he's 48. No, he's 48.
Yeah, I was gonna say
He's
he's pushing
48
50.
years old, and he says the reason he's doing this is because he's starting his next chapter of life.
Okay.
So he's growing up is basically what he's saying. But dude, could you imagine the insane parties he had down there?
Oh my gosh.
And again, like he said, a Corona will never taste as good as it did in my infinity pool overlooking the ocean in Cabo. Oh, I cannot imagine what his life is like. Now, did you have any other stories?
I have a great one.
Uh-oh,
And
what do you
it
got?
might hurt you because, the Dodgers, they
no.
couldn't finish off the Cubs last night because of this guy, Cubs closer Pedro Strop.
Yup.
Did you hear about any of the things that happened to him last night?
No, I have not.
He got his car stolen before the game.
What?
Yes. He said, I was still giving them my information in the 4th inning, and I told them, the police he's talking about, he said, I have to go. I might have to pitch. Then he did pitch. It was 7-6 in the 9th inning, and he got the save. So, got his car stolen, and then gets the save later. Good job. Good job, Pedro.
Wow.
Shout out.
That is crazy, bro. Like, my stomach hurts. Like, what is wrong with that guy? Are you kidding me?
And then a woman who's 59 got a Chris Davis tattoo because she said she has not given up on him. I'm going to show you this right now through the glass. Watch this.
Show it to me. Show it to me. What? Why did she do that? Like, are we talking about Chris Davis with a K or Chris Davis who can't hit?
Chris Davis, who can't hit, the one with the Orioles. She said she's not giving up on him. It's her first tattoo. And of all places, she got a forearm tat. That's like you know what I mean? That's like the 20-year-old
Dude, I'm
baseball player
sorry.
tat, right?
That
Where
is-
you get it on your forearm.
That is bad. But you know how I told you about my buddy Drew? Did you ever see he's had it fixed and it's now a really good tattoo. He went over to my buddy Trilogy and saw Richie over there. But did you ever see his tattoo at all?
No. Which
You haven't.
I've seen what he has now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
Okay.
that what we're
It
talking
looks
about?
really good now. No, it used to say Spring Gulf Shores 90 or 2000.
I would say 1990.
I'm trying to
Drew's
think
my
how
age.
old he is. Yeah.
You
Like,
wouldn't-
anyway,
if he-
it was like he got it when he was like 16 and went to spring break, and that's all it said.
if he would have got it in 1999, he'd be 4 with a tattoo. Spring break 99.
But dude, and this is what I'm trying to say. He's now got a dank tattoo because he went and saw my buddy Richie at Trilogy. But he also has a beautiful girlfriend. You know why? Because I send him to 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. I'm telling you, people, I hope all you men are out there listening. Women are going to appreciate this. And women are going to be like, yep, hard nose. I talked to a psychiatrist, a shrink. Now, I go to a shrink, but we didn't talk about this. I was talking about, one of the shrinks that work at the University of Memphis. And he told me a woman in the first impression is so important that in the first 15 to 30 seconds, they've already made up their mind whether they will or they won't. So that means you better be on point, if you know what I'm saying. And if you want to look good, the largest boot showroom on planet Earth is at 5880 Goodman Road. It's right down in Olive Branch. I'm telling you, Frontier Western Store is awesome. They're open every morning, 9 to 7, Monday through Saturday, 1 to 6 on Sunday. You can shop, though, at frontierwesternstore.com 24/7, 365. It's family owned and operated since 1967. But the only thing is, I talk about the work boots and the dress boots and all the wonderful shoes and boots that they have. But it's not just boots. They have amazing departments for you men. They have a ladies' boutique. They have children's wear. They have Carhartt jeans and T-shirts. They have everything you could need. Check them out at 5880 Goodman Road down in Olive Branch. And also go to frontierwesternstore.com. They are amazing. Now, tonight we have the NFL draft. We can argue about Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, and we can argue till we're blue in the face, but we're going to have to watch what happens on the field to see what happens and who ends up making it. Again, I am way over. I got Dwayne Haskins ahead of Kyler Murray all day, every day, and twice on Sunday, especially on Sunday. I'd rather have him as my QB than Kyler, but that's just personally my opinion. But there's one person's opinion that I just don't understand. Bill Laimbeer, man, does he not like Magic? Does he not like Michael Jordan? Like, he was part of the bad boys. The Detroit Pistons, how they defeated the Bulls on their way to the titles in 98, 99, 1990. Now, Laimbeer is a tough dude, like one of the toughest all-time dudes on planet Earth. I liked Bill Laimbeer. That guy, if he played in today's NBA, he wouldn't be allowed to play because you aren't allowed to be physical in today. You can't blow on somebody in today's NBA. If you touch somebody in today's NBA, it's a foul. Bill Laimbeer used to fight people, knock you down. He made Michael Jordan work out every single day because he said to get to the title, I had to get through Bill Laimbeer, who was one of the toughest dudes on planet Deadgum Earth. Well, guess what he just said today that I thought was shocking. Laimbeer must just want to give Michael Jordan another loss or just might not be able to get over it. But he said the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And I'm going to tell you on the other side when I talk with my buddy Isaac Simpson. So whatever you do, don't you dare touch that dial. We'll be right back. Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
From Penny, the Tiger player.
I think it's just Anthony Hardaway this and Anthony Hardaway that, but we have just more than one player on the team.
Through Penny, the Tiger coach.
Well, I think the main game plan is we can teach you. We're going to develop you. We're going to get you better.
For over 25 years, we have been real sports talk for Memphis in the Mid-South. Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Were you a high school or college athlete all those years?